About 2 years ago, I got into speed skating with Mike Goldman, and it's an awakening.
You should cut him a little slack.
Oh, why don't you cut him a check? Short cake.
I got into speed skating with Mike Goldman, and it's an awakening.
Good evening and welcome to Off the Lip, the show about surfing and skateboarding. If you'd like to join the show tonight, give us a call at 831-479-1080. That's 831-479-1080. And now, here are your hosts for tonight's program, Neil Perlberg and Terry Campion.
Good evening and welcome to Off the Lip Radio Show on KSCO, broadcasting from Santa Cruz, California. Show number 53 tonight.
Is that correct?
Yeah. More legends in the house with our guest tonight, special guest tonight, Mr. Rich Novak and Mr. Rob Roskopp in the house with a whole bunch of other people.
Kind of regulars now,
It's packed in here.
We're lucky.
So, TC,
yeah.
Why don't you introduce Mr. Novak since you're a good friend with it?
We've introduced him a couple of times.
The people who aren't used to or don't know who Mr. Novak is, why don't you
all right.
Short little
First off, he's a fantastic ex-Santa Cruz High football player. Yes.
Mountain biker.
He lifeguard, surfer, world traveler. I heard he invented marijuana. He somehow was the perfect place at the perfect time, and he invented
multiple times.
Yeah, this is what I say about Rich, is that Richard invented skateboarding, and I say that loosely because obviously he didn't, but I think he made it a whole lot better. And I've been a fan and a friend, and here he is tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are here with Mr. Roskopp, who I'd say would be the pupil of the mentor, correct? Brad, would that be the correct terminology? Would you think yourself as the pupil of the mentor in the business sense?
I'm trying to think of a correct word, but pupil's not it.
It's too young. It's too teenage, right? What's the word,
I'm an old
Rick?
man now, so he's really old. I'm old.
I'm wearing the shirt tonight. Look at this.
You are the 70 flipping years. Anyway, we just want to welcome everybody to the Off the Lip Radio Show. If you want to call in tonight, the phone number 831-479-1080. We are taking phone calls. What are you guys eating?
It's really good.
Chocolate-covered raisins.
Oh, dude, they look good. We are on Facebook. No. Yes. Give me those. Those are good. Twitter. We're on Instagram. Michaela, what else are we on? What else are you on, Michaela?
Just Instagram.
Just Instagram? Yeah. Okay, we got kids in the house too.
Don't forget YouTube.
We're on YouTube. You can see most of the shows. You can see on YouTube. The Vince Collier show did get taken down.
What?
Yeah. Well, it's getting re-edited. There's too many f-bombs in the video.
He's colorful, isn't he? Anyone who missed last week's show,
he didn't say an f-bomb.
I thought he was good.
He was great. Not one f-bomb, but apparently the video that was accompanied the show had a few in it.
Well, too bad. Too bad. We gotta get our super producers on that.
Yeah. Where do we start with? Where do we start with these guys? TC, I'm gonna let you kick it off.
Well, should I start with the wife question right off the bat?
Just let everyone know, TC does have his brown bag with his notes on it.
Of course. Hey, before I want to start with these guys, because there's a lot to talk about, I wanted to just quickly mention about our skateboarding program at Aptos High. Mm-hmm. We have implemented a program at Aptos High where we are now teaching skateboarding in the physical education department. And we went there a week ago and taught 2 classes. We went back this week and taught 2 more classes, and also brought our team and ramps and did a demo at lunchtime. And the most amazing thing about it is that we had the principal skateboarding. Yeah, it was, and the teacher who teaches PE, Manuel, he skateboarded. Okay. But what's great about this is, and I hope all schools can follow suit quickly, is that the most amazing part to me was most of the participants were girls. The teacher told me that he had the girls had a hard time asking for instruction for skateboarding, and they took to it. Right. And it was inspiring, and I want to encourage all schools to have skateboarding in PE.
We can work on that. I also want to mention one thing, the poker night between the boardroom and Freeline Design Surf Shop.
Somebody brought some 106 proof Chinese moonshine to the thing, and was that Freeline who did that?
Yeah, it wasn't. It was ugly.
Really messed up our team.
I think Freeline won again, didn't they?
Of course, they didn't drink any Chinese moonshine.
Yeah, we had the Chinese moonshine.
I said this today. You watch those guys in the tournaments, and they win the millions. None of them are drinking Chinese moonshine.
That's right.
Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Roskopp. Drinking Chinese moonshine.
And not play poker.
Mr. Rob, how?
Yes,
19, right? When you got on the bus, came out here from Ohio?
Yeah, I was 19. That's when I ran into Rich.
When you were 19?
Changed my life.
How'd you meet him?
Fausto, his old partner, set me up with Rich. He gave me the opportunity to ride for Santa Cruz or Palo Peralta.
Was that in Ohio or was that out here?
It was out here.
So you just got
it was within... I moved out here in end of Christmas Day, December 82, and was sponsored by Fausto by the end of January. Rode for Santa Cruz shortly after that and turned pro that April.
So that changed your life. That changed your life completely because
in 3 months.
In 3 months,
crazy. Yeah.
How much money were you making skateboarding at the time?
Nothing.
You were making nothing?
Not at the beginning. No.
Right.
After my model came out and we started doing all that, that's when the income started happening and all the demos we did traveling around the world.
Right.
That was the other source of income.
Nice. TC, his boards are one of the most popular worldwide still, correct?
Yeah, we can't keep them on the shelf
Why is
today.
that?
I scratch my head. I mean, obviously...
He's not even skateboarding anymore.
So did I. I think a big point of it, and you guys maybe can answer this as well as I can, is that at that time, there was like 8 superheroes. Now in skateboarding, there's like 300 superheroes. So anyone who skateboarded during that time basically rode one of these 8 superheroes boards. Okay. At that point in your life, when you ride a skateboard, it is the best time of your life. So when you look back on it, those were the days that you were really smiling a lot. It was pre-wives and trouble and work and... Did I say that? If my wife's listening, honey, I love you.
Yeah.
I totally take that back. The wife part, no. But you know what I'm saying? So people come into the boardroom all the time. They see all the amazing boards on the walls, all the history, and they shed tears over it because at that time in life, it was so great. So I think that's why it's still so cool.
Right. Did you BMX bike before you skateboarded, or was skateboarding first for you?
I did BMX before they called it BMX.
Did you? And did you always want to go back to biking after your skateboarding career was over, or did you know it was going to come back into your life?
Towards the end of the skating, I got into mountain bike.
Bone Trigger. And so Keith Bone Trigger was the guy that made the first front shock for Paul Turner. Him and Paul Turner worked together. And Rob was part of that deal going on. And
No, they had already done it.
But back then, was it in the 90s, if I remember, it was kind of a nerdy type of sport, right? It was kind of...
Yeah, because of the Lycra thing. Especially,
Right?
I got a lot of crap for it.
Are you wearing
over
that
the years.
stuff right now? Are you wearing that Lycra stuff?
Well, it's Lycra underneath and baggies on top.
Is that how it works?
And,
for the
when
mountain
Hosoi
bike
pulled out his Lycra and Aerosmith look, did you follow suit in that at all?
No, I didn't wear Lycra, no. Not then. It didn't happen until, I did a long ride with Locatelli in Nicene one day, and 2 or 3 hours, and my ass was so sore after that. I started wearing the Lycra shorts because it made a huge difference. So.
Right.
Can we say
Rich, are you wearing the Lycra?
well, it does make a huge difference.
Does it really?
Yeah, a lot of time when you wear baggies and you're going downhill and you have to drop back and the baggies hang up, this doesn't come out too well.
Which hurts more, skateboarding or mountain biking?
Mountain biking.
Does it really?
I've broken more bones in my body on mountain bike than I did on
Which is
skateboard.
harder?
Skateboarding's the hardest sport in the world. See, the only other sport I can think of that's as hard would probably be gymnastics.
Why is it the hardest sport in the world, in your eye?
You can talk to everybody that is snowboarded and done something at that level, and I think they'll all agree. You're not strapped in. That's the
Right.
big difference.
It's just you in the concrete.
Well, there's the occupational hazard, but it's just the amount of, you're not tied to the board.
Right.
And what they're doing now with all the flips, and it's crazy. There's a lot of respect.
I'm with it. I think, honestly, surfing would be the hardest to get good at, personally. But I think...
Yeah, because it's always changing. I'll give you that. But once you get good, I think you
skateboarding,
figure it out.
It's impossible.
Didn't
What you do is impossible.
You went from vert to
Did.
speed. Didn't you go from vert to speed to skating downhill?
This is a kid show. Come on.
off the
did
speed.
A little
They've
of
heard it all.
everything. Did a little of everything.
Really? Which one did you like
Well, I
one
met
better?
Goldman, Mike Goldman rode for Santa Cruz in the 70s and did high-speed downhill slalom and all that with
Okay.
Hester and all those guys. And he kind of turned me on to it. This was 87, and Rampart down by Watsonville, the hill
Yeah.
right next to one that goes...
Oh, is that where that was taken? That movie was taken?
So we did that. I started halfway up and worked my way up, and then I got towed behind a pickup truck at about 35 and let go and hit about 62.
Well, Rich said once that you just didn't even think about it. You just went.
Yeah, you can't. The scary part is when you hit a small little pebble going 62 miles an hour, it feels like you hit a wall.
Right.
It scares the living daylights out of
Did you like curling? Did you brush the track off first, or just went?
You'd walk it and just
check it out,
kick whatever you could see.
And so when was your skateboarding career? When did that come to kind of a fold over or mold into biking?
I started biking in 87. I kind of retired from competition in 90.
And when did you approach him about the biking? Was it your idea about the mountain bike?
Actually, I didn't even know what to do at that point. I was trying to figure out my life. I was going back to school, and
Right.
I was working with him, and he mentioned it one day, and I started doing research.
What did he mention?
Just what do you think about doing Santa Cruz, making Santa Cruz bicycles?
Right.
So it was his idea originally. I'll give him that.
Got credit for that. Okay, 1 point. We're keeping score here. 1 point for
Terry, ask him
Rich.
the question now.
Okay, this is Neil and TC. This is the Off the Lip radio show you are listening to. We are broadcasting on KSCO 1080 AM, where we ask you to listen and be heard. We're eating chocolate raisins. You can also listen to us or see us on the surfchannel.com. Call in tonight, 831-479-1080. We'll be right back after these wonderful commercials. Thinking of a vacation in Santa Cruz? Then contact Beach Nest Vacation Rentals at 831-722-0888 to make your reservation. The very best local vacation management company with their staff will take care of the tiniest of details to better your memorable Monterey Bay holiday. They are pet-friendly with a choice of homes on or close to the beach in Santa Cruz and the Central Coast. For further information, go to beachnest.com or follow them on Facebook.
I'm here with Kurt from People's Coffee.
We do a little different take on the coffee. We don't actually brew the coffee. The old school concept from Italy really focused on making it consistent at People's. I'm not going to give you the secret. Our beans are fresh. We roast 2 to 10 days out of the roaster. That's an important factor. The grind, the temperature, the pressure produce this amazing cup. But I won't argue about the fact that it's probably the best. Go get a cup. 17th and Bromer is Live Oak Plaza. Total Fitness is on one side, and we are on the other. We're dog friendly, easy to find.
People's Coffee. Try it.
Please do.
Hi, this is Steve Pereira, the beach guy in Santa Cruz, California. And here's the brains of the outfit.
I'm Diane Pereira, Mrs. Beach Guy.
We've been selling beach properties since 1982. Come find the coastal vibe here in Santa Cruz.
We'll help you find the perfect home or sell your home. We love what we do. We want to help you.
So call us at 831-425-SAND. That's 425-7263.
Or find us on our website, www.lifesabeach.com.
We'd love to help you.
Aloha Island Grill, located just a block from the beach on the corner of 17th Avenue and Portola Drive. Celebrating 10 years this month, we offer a taste of the islands in a casual setting. Come enjoy some plate lunch such as kalua pig, chicken teriyaki, or mouth-watering mahi-mahi. Try a loco moco or some fresh ahi poke on our sunny lanai. For to-go orders, call 831-479-3299 or visit us at www.alohaislandgrill.com. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and please join us on Sunday, March 23rd for our 10th anniversary celebration. Aloha and mahalo. Aloha Island Grill is a proud member of Think Local First.
We're giving away something tonight that's going to be...
Novak's giving away a skateboard.
Novak's giving away a skateboard.
Yep.
8-3. He's shaking his head. Is he agreeing?
Yeah, he agreed. I'll get it right out of his corporate budget.
You can either give away a skateboard or chocolate raisins, either one or the other. 831-479-1080. The question is, last week's guests, plural, were known by their initials. What were they?
And you'll get a skate deck, and maybe we can have him autograph it.
Oh, God. Roskopp and Novak to autograph it?
No, Rob doesn't sign anything.
No, Rob's not signing. He's done signing. He's over there.
Rob, I got a question.
You
for
got
Rob.
a question?
Does it still amaze you that you make money skateboarding?
Yes.
Because I mean, it's that's the beauty of what you created. Is that 25 years later, it's still paying off.
Well, I think it's the beauty of what.
Wait a second.
Everybody was
Can I interject here? Rob, the Porsche's outside. We need more than a yes for you making money skateboarding.
Well,
okay? It's got to be right. Come on, buddy. Come on.
He's working you right now.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I know you bought a condo off skateboarding, but the Porsche I think came from mountain bikes.
Oh, it did? Yeah. But the wrong sport?
Yeah.
Sorry, Rob.
Yeah. You got to get the chronology in order.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. I was going a little too far.
But it's
too far ahead of myself.
It is awesome to see. I mean, too. We had Cab on the show. Cab's had a long relationship with George Powell. Here you are with a long relationship with Richard Novak. You're
frightening.
It's the good, the bad, and the ugly. But I mean, here you are. It's this long-term relationship with a mentor who's taught you so much, and you're still making a little money off it. It's got to be an honor to be able to have a life like that.
Oh, it's pretty nice of Rich to do it, I think. Still.
Okay. Question: the one piece of business information that he gave you, business intuition that he gave you, that sticks in the front of your mind.
Go off your gut.
Okay. So everybody out there, go off your gut. Go off your gut. Remember that.
It's good advice.
That's the one.
Meekster, I talked to him today.
Is he calling in?
I don't know if he's going to call him.
Come on, Meekster. Come on.
What you can do
call in. Meekster. 831-479-1080. If you figured it out how to listen to us on the radio,
He wanted me to ask you how it was like living with his mom.
That was a great time, to be honest. That was a great time.
Was she a good cook?
Well, she owned a house on Gladys, right?
Right, my little neighborhood.
We kind of, Keith and I, Meekster, took the house over, and she lived in the back. She built out the back into a nice studio, so we kind of controlled the house for probably 2 years, I think. Yeah, it's been a long time, but
yeah, that was at kind of your skateboarding time. You were kicking butt right then.
That's when it all started happening. I think it was 85. So board came out in 84, but started traveling a lot, so it was fun.
Mr. Novak, what did you see in this man here above and beyond skate? Well, just skateboarding, and what did you see with him? Maybe in a business acumen, or as an athlete? As an athlete,
he was a really good athlete.
Right.
As a person, he was a good person.
Okay.
And he was smart, and he listened. And I kind of laid out a plan in the beginning, and he kind of went through this plan. And of course, he had a few diversions on the way. A couple.
Did you reel him back in?
He came back himself. He did a good thing.
Did you call him into your office?
No,
he didn't.
No, sometimes you just go shit.
Once.
Yes. Well,
You don't want to get called in the Rich's office.
you don't?
No.
I think you've been there.
He would have moments of.
TC, you've been there, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. My mouth's gotten me in trouble for sure.
No.
that
Really?
is true. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
Mm-hmm. I can't even talk about it so bad.
Rich, why are his boards so recognizable and worth so much? Can you tell us why?
Well, I think when we started this, Rob came up with an idea of a target. And then we decided to do this series. And with him and Jimmy working together on this target. Yeah, Jimmy Phillips working together on this target. We had this 5, 6, 7 year plan. And we just we'd milk it, plan it, milk it, plan it, milk it, plan it. And that was one of the only riders that kept a series. All the other riders would change graphics. I want to have this graphic, and then I want to go all the way over here. Where Rob, people would look forward to the next board.
Right.
I mean, you go to sell the board all over the world, and they go, "When's the next one coming? When's the next one coming?"
Right. Rob, what did you do? What did you do with your gut? The first thing you did the most important thing, or the biggest thing you've done with that decision you've made with your gut, rather than sitting around thinking about it or mulling over it.
Actually, quite a few things, but the first thing I don't know. I can't really remember.
Okay.
Spend my whole life at this point. It's
Just
been quite the journey.
One of the things with Rob is one of the things I told him a long time ago is don't be afraid to fail.
Right.
And he wasn't. He goes out and he experiments a lot, and he does things, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't work.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get too conservative, then you're not going to go anywhere. You're just going to be comfortable where you are.
Right.
And it's taken him a good place. He runs a business now that's way far ahead of everybody else.
Do you keep an eye on him? Was it you?
Well, we talk a lot.
Yeah.
There's things that I try to. He does stuff, and it takes me a while to work it through my brain to see if it's going to work or not.
Right.
For me, for him, he's already got it done. But more or less, we have a good relationship, and he listens and I listen.
Has he been a big part of your success, Rob?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. He gave me the opportunity to pretty much do what I wanted.
Right. And manufacture the bikes. You manufacture bikes here, or are they made overseas?
Overseas.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how's your bike team doing? Is the season started? The bike team
actually starts in about just under a month.
Okay. How's your team looking this year? How do you pick a team or go about doing that?
I go after riders with personality and that are capable of being on a podium.
And I'm not a bike person, but there's a World Cup. Isn't there a World Cup?
There is.
Is it an annual event?
Yes, right now in the World Cup, there's 7 races this year.
Okay,
still not enough.
How'd you do last year?
World Cup, we were 3rd overall, but we won a world championship, which is kind of a confusing thing. UCI, the governing body of cycling, has a world championship.
So just mountain bikes?
Yep.
Just mountain bikes. Porsche's outside. He's doing fine. This is the Off the Lip radio show on KSCO 1080 AM. The phone number to call in tonight, speak to Mr. Roskopp or Mr. Novak. 831-479-1080 is the phone number, right, Michaela? Come here, Michaela. What? Come here. What's the phone number, Michaela? Come here. You're going on the air. What's your phone number? How did Zach do? Is Zach your brother?
He's my cousin.
He's your cousin? How did he do on the air? You got to get in closer. How did he do on the air?
Okay, I guess.
He was okay?
Yeah.
Did you do a good job? Out here, you're roasting him. Now you're being nice to him. What happened?
I don't know.
Okay, go sit down.
Hey, speaking of roasting, Novak, my wife wanted me to ask you a question. And her question is...
Oh, here we go.
Your girlfriend, what is her pet peeve with you?
Oh, it's probably because I'm so perfect.
Oh my God!
I gotta hit the white button.
I don't know why she.
Rob, what do you think it is, Rob? What do you think?
Me.
So that's what is there? Do you leave the toilet lit up? What is it that drives her crazy?
All the above.
All the above.
Yeah.
The snoring.
Oh, that's normal. There's massive amounts of earplugs.
All right, so there's more than one. You just torture her.
I think she tolerates me. It's strange because I was single for 30 years, and then for her to come in. And
is she listening?
Probably.
I hope why don't you call in and give us the answer?
Yeah,
I think she called in.
Sherry's.
God bless you, Sherry.
Sherry,
you put up with
please.
so much. It's hard to believe you can put up with an old man like that.
Sherry, 831-479-1080. Please give us a call.
It would be good to hear.
We're on the edge of a seat wondering what the answer is to this question.
She will not call in.
She won't call in? No way, huh? There's no chance. I'll see her in yoga
She's
before
probably
that.
the only person in my life that puts up with me.
Yeah.
And she calms down. She calms it.
She goes to yoga and calms down. I see her in yoga.
Right. That's right. You're in the back row.
I'm in the back row moaning and groaning.
I've seen her call you out before. She can.
Yeah, she's got the sharp tongue.
She does.
Mr. Roskopp, boys Catholic school you went to, right?
Yes.
All boys Catholic school. How'd you end up skateboarding? I mean, that's stuff.
Why.
When I got out of school, I rode my skateboard.
That was
While
it?
everybody else went to play football, because that's pretty much all I did back then. Because this was in Ohio.
You were the black sheep?
Oh, yeah.
But
I skateboarded, which at that time was 79 to 80, which was kind of going out of style.
How big was that in Ohio back then?
In the early or mid 70s, it was pretty big.
Right.
But
and then it shut down, right, in the early 80s?
Yeah, 81, it was done.
Right. And you kept going?
80. Yeah, I kept going, and then got into punk rock, and that didn't help things either.
What did you do punk rock wise? Were you the singer?
No. Just like the music and the lifestyle. It was all about that.
You couldn't give us a tune?
No, I never sang.
He just wore the leather jacket.
Yeah, but it was. You got to understand, all boys Catholic school in the Midwest.
Right.
It's like black and white. It's such a huge difference.
Can we talk soccer for a second?
Oh, here we go.
Because his son Harrison's sitting here right here.
Kills it.
Huh?
Yeah.
Plays soccer. I can talk about soccer. I can't talk about skateboarding. Harrison, get over here. How'd the season go, Harrison?
Season went pretty well.
How'd you do? What position do you play?
I play left mid.
How'd you do? Did you score?
No, actually, I just make more assists than I score.
Get a boy. That's what midfielders do. Are you skateboarding too at this present time?
No, I haven't skateboarded in a while, actually.
Annoys your dad, because last time your dad came on the show, he told us he was skateboarding in Tahoe. What happened? He was wearing flip-flops and crashed?
Yeah, well, that was actually a while ago. He was teaching me how to pump on the half pipe, and yeah, that was a while ago. He was wearing flip-flops. It didn't go very well.
No, stick to soccer, Let's stick to soccer, young man. Stick to soccer, okay? Don't listen to any of these guys right here. You're on the right game. Got the game. TC, what do you got? We gotta go to commercial, Chris. Hang on a second. This is the Off the Lip radio show. We are streamed online on the surfchannel.com, KSCO.com, iTunes, TuneIn, whatever the heck else we're on Instagram, Facebook,
YouTube.
YouTube. If you want to find us, you can. We'll be right back. After special commercials from these sponsors.
Hi, I'm Keith Meek. Will you be an angel for Skidmark Magazine? Every day, Skidmark's employees are starving, cold, and neglected, and they are crying out for your help. Please subscribe to Skidmark Magazine and get on the sticker flow team. For just $15.99 a year, that's only 4 cents a day, you will help rescue a Skidmark employee from poverty and help provide food, shelter, and love. Download Skidmark Magazine app on iTunes or get a paper subscription at skidmarkskatemag.com, and an employee will be given a second chance thanks to you. Right now, there is a broken, bitter employee who needs you. Please subscribe right now.
Hi, this is Susie from Flip Flop Shops in Santa Cruz, California. We carry the hottest brands and the latest styles in flip-flops and casual footwear, which include Cobian, Olokai, Reef, Quicksilver, Roxy, Cushy, Scott Hawaii, and more. Where do your flip-flops take you? Do they take you to the beach? Do they take you down the street to the local coffee shop? Do they take you to Hawaii? We have flip-flops for everyone in your family, from mom, dad, even the kiddos. We carry flip-flops with arch support. We carry flip-flops that range of very casual to very nice leather that you can wear out to dinner. If you're a Santa Cruz local or traveling to Santa Cruz to surf or skate, stop by our shop. We'll take care of you. Flip Flop Shop Santa Cruz is located at 1528 on the legendary Pacific Avenue, downtown Santa Cruz.
Greetings, Off the Lip fans. Peter Mell here from Freeline Design Surf Shop Santa Cruz. With the holidays behind us, Freeline wants to start
And we are back with the Off the Lip radio show, broadcasting from Santa Cruz, California. Yes, we are a town, not just a brand. Mr. Novak. You made this town into a brand. But we are a town, a little surf town in Northern California where the surf is the best.
I've literally had people say they didn't know Santa Cruz was a town.
Yeah, so we're letting them know.
I know.
Right now, today.
That's a legacy right there, Mr. Novak. When
you can it took a lot of work and a lot of time. You know, though, you were talking earlier about teaching a class in Aptos for skateboarding. The people in town and the mothers that have kids that skateboard should really get into the fact that skateboarding is transportation and it's a means of getting to school. And a while ago there was a letter in the editor from a principal or something, a teacher at Capitola, and prior to that there was an article about why don't kids walk to school or why don't kids go to school. And 39 kids responded in his class that they were afraid of the Capitola police giving them a ticket when they skateboarded to school. So you ought to get that thing going.
You're preaching to the choir. To me, skateboarding is the greenest transportation that there is.
What's happening with the Capitola skate park right now?
Well, yeah, they gave us some dirt and said go raise some money,
right?
And we raised money, which got just basically tossed away. So we're trying to get some money to build a wood mini ramp because that is affordable on the piece of land that they have designated as a skateboard area.
I think you should just DQ that, and you've got to get the park into the town if they're going to do it. And they're putting millions of dollars into a parking lot that can give 10,000 square feet away to do that.
I agree.
They're putting it at a place where nobody can get to safely.
Well, I think it's the old take your skateboard and go play in our park.
Well, no, it's take your skateboard and get away. And then to get there, we're going to give you a ticket.
And it's sad because, I have this philosophy about Santa Cruz, and we'll talk about this real quick, that a person is born here, Neil, you mentioned this before, with a surfboard under one arm and a skateboard under the other.
Right.
And why can't the community embrace that? Because that is what this town's about. You made a brand bigger than a town. Why don't they get that?
Well, I think it's an emotional. It's an emotional.
Are you going to hug him right now, Rob?
No, he's going to go for the hug. Rob's going for the hug.
No, I think what happens is the towns are run by fuddy-duddies. People that
here we go
really don't.
Right here, let's go. It's like the dam with it's the dam with a crack in it. And here we go, right?
The example is that we ran a downhill contest in Capitola for many years. It became an international recognized contest. And the people that were involved with the event, the weekly event, shut it down because they said we put bottles on the beach, broken bottles on the beach. Well, that was the volleyball people, not the skateboard people. We were in town at 8 and out by noon. And then they said, well, there's a guy sitting in a planter box. Well, it was the son of the person that owned the house. And so they did everything they could to push this out of town. And all the time the city of Santa Cruz goes in and says, well, we want a skate park. And then they put it somewhere in the boondocks. And how are kids 8, 9, and 10 going to get to that park? It's dangerous for them to go down the streets or walk. That's my preach for the night.
Okay.
It's good. It's relevant. It's the truth.
Okay.
Skateboarding is not going away. You can't sweep skateboarders into a corner. It's not going to happen.
What is new in skateboarding nowadays? You developing anything that's fresh and new?
Skateboarding is kind of in a low point right now. It's kind of finding its identity. The tricks got so hard that kids coming into the sport are afraid to get it. It just hurts. Period.
But doesn't it? When you listen to what TC did the other day at high school, all those kids that showed up, that's got to be music to your ears a little bit.
Well, you have to look at it. You look at the local picture, and Santa Cruz is unique in that we had a guy in Aptos junior high school, Bob Marion, that started a class in the 70s where you'd get a skateboard blank, he'd make a skateboard, then he'd sell them the parts for them. What Terry's doing is just an extension of what Bob Marion did, and Bob Marion passed that philosophy all the way through the country.
Right.
But skateboarding is like, it got really hard, the tricks got just out there, it hurt when you hit.
Right.
And so the majority of kids have a tendency to bow away from that. So it's trying to find somewhere in the middle.
But skateboarding is like life. You fall down and you get back up, like that Rodney Mullen video. He did that TEDx video that he did, where it was excellent. Did you see that? It was an excellent video where
incredible.
Skateboarding is like life, where you fall down and you get back up. You fall down, you get back up. And it can be educational in some ways for the kids, because this is like life.
Well, falling down and getting back up on concrete is one thing.
Right.
Getting a crotch shot on a 20-foot handrail on a staircase is another thing.
Of course.
Well, and that's the beauty of skateboarding right now. It's kind of like surfing. There's a time right now you can ride a 5-foot-long skateboard and it's okay. When Rob was a pro, if they saw a guy riding a 5-foot-long skateboard, they'd throw an orange out of the car and hit him in the head with it.
Right.
It's okay to ride anything right now. And that's why these girls that we see at Aptos High are so excited about skateboarding, because they know I can ride a skateboard and I don't have to front that I go to the park and do airs. I'm just having fun and smiling.
Okay.
And that's what's great about it. Also, real quick about the Aptos High, Board Rescue is a nonprofit that Richard Novak helps with tons of products. They donated 15 skateboards to Aptos High.
Right.
Bell Helmets donated 15 helmets.
Right.
So it's not just us doing it.
Right.
It is a community that has gotten together to promote skateboarding in the school systems. So I got to give them that credit.
Rob, top 3 skaters that you watched?
My era or
any era?
today?
Your. I'm going to go with your era. I think your era would be good.
Hosoi, Caballero, and today I'd say Bucky Lasik.
Okay. And the shows that we recorded since we've been being on the Surf Channel, there's probably been like 9 shows that the bike company would work. And then he was the guy to be behind it.
I just wanted to support Rob and what he was doing. And
so he could have built igloos, and you would have helped him out.
Well, when Rob got done skating, we sat down and we put together a company, a skateboard company. And Rob did everything perfectly. He got the right team, he got the right product, he got the right graphics, and it failed. And I sat down with Rob, and I don't know if he remembers this, and I said, well, Rob, why did this fail? And he shook his head, and I said, timing was off. And I think that with the bikes, when we started doing the bikes, Mike Marquez and Rob and I were sitting around a coffee shop talking one night, and the timing was right. Everything was, the stars were lined up, and he wasn't afraid to do it. And I think he took a lot of the philosophies that we did in the skateboard industry as marketing and team goes, and he applied them to the mountain bikes.
Is there another action sport right now that the stars are lined up for that hasn't been tapped?
It's a real tough right now for private held companies. It's like we're getting to be a lost breed. So I don't see too much. You're involved with the SUP business,
right?
And it went the way of snowboards and windsurfing.
It's flat.
And we're having a hard time just holding our own in skateboards. We're getting pressure from these publicly held companies coming in from the backside, and they're not real interested in profit. They're interested in satisfying their shareholders. So that's a hard fight.
Okay. TC, we're going to go to commercial. This is Neil and TC with the Off the Lip Radio Show on KSCO 1080 AM. And we ask you to listen and be heard. 831-479-1080 is the phone number. Somebody call in tonight. We don't bite.
Sherry, where are you?
Sherry, where are you? Anyway.
Don't call Sherry.
Where are you? Please. We'll be right back. Hey, sponsors, thank you for sponsoring the Off the Lip Radio Show. Be right back.
Chill Out Cafe on 41st Avenue, Santa Cruz is not just a block from some of the world's best surf, but it is also where you can go relax and order the tastiest grub before and after your sesh. Plump burritos, fresh salads, sky-high sandwiches, and a superb selection of hot and cold drinks. They have something for you. Go to chilloutcafesantacruz.com to view their menu, and to place your order to go, call 831-477-0543. Chill Out Cafe, where they roll the fatties.
This is TC from the Santa Cruz Boardroom. If there's one thing I know, it's that everybody listening wears shoes. Check it out. Santa Cruz Boardroom has 3,000 pairs of shoes in stock from the best brands in the business. Nike, Adidas, Emerica, Lakai, Converse, Globe, and Supra. Come on down. Check out our 3,000 pairs of shoes. Pick up some new tread for your feet and be happy. Santa Cruz Boardroom, 825 41st Avenue, open every day of the week.
Hello, I'm Schmitty of Schmitty's Custom Cabinets, Santa Cruz, California. 831-475-7809. Been in business since 1979. I'm a one-man can-do cabinet shop. For your kitchen or bath cabinets, call me. I do layout and design. Just doing my part to support our local Off the Lip radio show. This is Schmitty from Schmitty's Custom Cabinets, 475-7809. That is in the 831 area code. Remember to be kind, enjoy the day, and Neil, you owe me for this.
Hi, it's Julie.
And Simon with Toyota of Santa Cruz.
How are you guys tonight? Hey, let's keep this short and sweet. If you want to get the best deal on any Toyota, new or used, come to Toyota of Santa Cruz. And remember, our service department's open 7 days a week, so it's parts and our shuttle. So we will take care of you. Just come in and buy a car.
Come down and check out our certified pre-owned center. We have a huge selection, one of the largest selections of pre-owned cars in the Santa Cruz County. If you're looking for Tacomas, Prius, Camry, we have them. We have a huge selection. So one place to go, drive them all. We'll make it real easy for you. Come down, check us out.
If you don't want to get off the couch and drive down to the dealership, start shopping online at SantaCruzToyota.com. Then come and see me
or Simon,
and we'll take care of you. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Just kidding.
We are back with the Off the Lip radio show on KSCO. I want to thank all our sponsors, especially Julie from Toyota. She came down here today. We had a blast making her ad. It was so much fun. We were laughing and giggling for an hour. So if you want to sponsor the Off the Lip radio show, you can email me, otlradioshow@gmail.com or np@ksco.com. Right now, we need to give everyone the phone number. Michaela, what's the phone number here?
831-479-1080.
Atta girl. What are you listening to? What's everyone listening to right now?
Off the Lip radio show.
You like it?
Yeah,
What do you think?
I like it.
You do? You gonna come back?
Hope so.
What now? You're going to SoCal High, right?
Yes.
What sports you playing?
I don't.
Soccer?
No.
Let's go. Get the cleats. Let's go. Some soccer on. World Cup's coming up. Forget his World Cup. The actual World Cup's coming up. It's easy. What do you got? I'm promoting
I got a question for Rob.
Promoting my sport.
So, when you were first getting into skateboarding and being, I guess maybe when you were rising to the cream on top.
Yeah. When you fall from 20 feet, you get a lot of bone bruises.
I'm amazed you still have heels.
You started out with the skateboard world trying to separate itself from the surfboard world, and the surfboard world was Vans. So the skate guys picked up on Converse as the alternative to Vans at the time, but Vans came around and became the guy that actually sponsors everything, does everything, and then they picked up guys like Cab and ran with it.
Yeah. So you mentioned Steve Olson. We've had on the show.
Dwayne Peters.
We had Steve Olson on the show. We kept him on an arm's length.
Who, Olson?
He said every bad word that night.
Yeah. So, Rich, can you let us know when he's coming to town? Because we'd love to have him in the studio.
Yeah, Steve is
he comes back once in a while, doesn't he? Come up here once in a while?
He comes up every once in a while. He's kind of always a surprise visit. Like Jeff Grosso was in town today. That was a kind of surprise visit. I didn't even see him until I kind of ran into him. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I will. Steve is a real unique character. I think he came on board with us when he was about 15 or 16.
What's your memory of one of your better memories of Steve Olson, Rob?
I got a good funny memory.
Go ahead.
The trade show, ASR down in, I think it was it at Long Beach? Yeah, it was Long Beach. So it was
Which
back
one?
in the day. But Olson had this thing. This is probably 85. And the next morning we come into the trade show booth. And you got some tables because it was pretty rickety back then. It was before the booths got elaborate and whatnot. And I was grabbing I don't know, put a backpack or something under the table, and I lifted up the white sheet that, covered those tables, and Olsen's passed out there in the show. But he kind of became known for that. He did that quite a few times.
Really
Was he there all night?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how he got in. That's the weird part.
Maybe he spent the night in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have security. It was strange.
That doesn't surprise me one bit.
But Olsen, I think, to Rich's point, I think he's a living piece of art. Right. That's what I think of Steve that's how I envision Steve.
He's a character, and he's lived a life. He's lived a lifestyle that he's created for himself. He's
a skateboarding. Are they developing those characters now, or is that gone? Is that past?
No, I don't think you'll ever replace Steve.
No.
When we started Thrasher, that was Steve's. He was going out the whole system was going out at the time, and the street stuff was coming in, and we decided to pick 20 top skaters, and that was the basis of the 80s.
I love the living art angle with Steve. Richard, do you think he was too early for his time?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The bummer with Steve is that he didn't get to reap the benefits of what he created. And I've always been, and Steve sometimes is his own worst enemy on that part, but it's always been kind of a bummer to look at him and Dwayne and these guys that really didn't get to, they're the guys that should have reaped all the benefits in the 80s.
Well, I want to play a Steve Olsen video game. To me, that would be amazing, And so, Tony Hawk to the curb. Yeah. Because Steve Olsen's life's way more exciting.
Steve to me was probably one of the best skaters I've ever seen. He would have to make things look hard to get judged.
We have come to the end of the show tonight, sadly.
Man.
It goes by so fast. It's so ridiculous.
Oh, well.
I want to thank Mr. Rob Roskopp coming in the show.
Thank
you very much for bringing your boy Harrison. Michaela, thanks for coming in tonight. I want to thank Mr. Rich Novak for coming in the show tonight. Obviously, my co-host TC. The guys from Lucid Sound and Video.
Nice job, guys.
Sound and Film.
Yep.
I want to thank Chris, my engineer. Steve over here, our guest tonight.
Thank you, Steve.
He came in tonight with chocolate raisins.
Get your picture in it?
This is the Off the Lip Radio Show. You can catch the podcast tomorrow on offthelipradio.com. On YouTube, you can find tonight's show in about 5 minutes if you want to watch it again. This is Neil and TC signing out. We'll be back next Tuesday with another Off the Lip Radio Show. It's going to be a good one, so tune in to find out what it is. We'll see you next week. Good night.
See, the beauty